Well, it's 2:30. I've just been on a reconnaissance mission because there was a job going on Facebook. Modular SIPs, SIPS, and what that stands for is Structural Insulated Panels. And it gave the address as Lower Phillips Road. And I've just been for a look, Unit 1. These cars again. Well, it's very warm. I've left the MTV on for me cats and got them another catnip toy. Look at that. Overtaking there. Why? Can you see? That car held back, knowing that there could have been a collision. Very mild, and even though it's November the 4th, oh, I've not altered the clock by the way. Low fuel, bloody hell. I'll have to fill up. I'll fill up on A59, that petrol station near the fishing lake. It's the best way of getting to Clitheroe from here. Oh, looks a bit cloudy over that way. And over the coast it said the odd scattered shower. It's the first time I've had the bike out in 2 weeks. I've not been in the mood. I mean, you need to concentrate on a bike, don't you? No good going out on a bike when you're depressed. XXX. I'll go this way again, why not? Risk it being full of leaves, or if it is, I'll turn round, not risking sliding down the road. I need to stay alive for the next 5 months at all costs, literally at all costs. I don't think I'd better tell you what it is, but it's good news if it's true. I'll give you a hint, I won't tell you how much, but in the 1980s, Prudential kept coming round and dogging me. We recommend you opt out of SERPs. And SERPs is an abbreviation for the State Earnings Related Pension Scheme. Oh, and I thought, just to keep him quiet, I will. I said, right, I'll sign here. And then a few years ago I kept getting letters. Due to the change in the economy, it's not beneficial to stay opting out of SERPs because it only benefits single people. I said, well, I'm single, I'm all for it, good. Anyway, I got some more letters recently when I was off a couple of weeks ago. Would you like our financial advisor to visit you? And I thought, no. And I kept ignoring them, and I thought, I'll ring them up. I said, look, that pittance isn't worth advising over. I've not paid anything else into any kind of pension. Although there's a little bit comes out of my wages for something to do with a work pension. Oh, well, I said, what's this about when I'm 55? I can claim some... Yes, you can claim 25% when you're 55, tax-free. I said, how much is it a pittance? And it isn't. It'll actually clear my entire credit card debts with £2 spare besides. It is unbelievable. And I said, I'll believe it when I get it. I can assure you. I said, well, yeah, I've had assurances before. Like when I was working at Ultraframe and got some more shares, and then they crashed down to 30p. So I said I'll believe it when I'm 55 in March, and when I get the money I'll have a huge celebration, breathe a huge sigh of relief, and pay all my debts off. And then if I do have £2 spare, leaves, is it? That's good. If there is £2 spare, I'll see into getting some kitchen units. I'm not going to blow it all. I'm not going to trade this bike. Although maybe I should do. Everything's fine yet. So like I said, I'm a bit concerned if my health deteriorates or I get stressed out and die of a bloody heart attack, all that money might disappear, or my mum gets it. I don't know what the deal is. I wondered if you could advise me, state earnings related pension scheme, is anyone savvy about what it all means? 25% tax free. Unbelievable. Well, the amount is unbelievable, because like I said, I think you just pay a pittance out of your taxes, something like that. And because I've always been on the minimum wage since getting a chop from Ultraframe, I've not been in a financial situation where I could pay into a pension. I said to her on Prudential when I said it, to me pensions are a waste of bloody time. It's no use shuffling about an old man having a load of money, or more money than others. I said men age a lot older than women, when we are 65, or it'll be 68 or 70 by the time I retire, if we keep bloody moving the goalposts. And I said, women are like spring chickens jumping about when they're 65. We are shuffling about like we're 95, because of all our work we do. That didn't go down well. Although Paul McCartney's 76 and jumping about in Japan at the moment, and Ringo Starr is literally jumping about because he does sky jumps during the last song of the encore. I get by with little help from my friends, and he's jumping about doing sky jumps at 78. Stan Laurel was dead at 75, although a different generation. So Ringo Starr was a chronic alcoholic for years, smoked a lot of dope, and he's 78 and jumping about. I think there's something to be said for drinking. How you doing, Albert? Halloween. I had 2 little witches come to my door, so I give them £1. That was all. Candle Cottage. Yep, use that tricky hairpin. I'll lift my visor up. Wondering where I'm going. I thought of going to Settle, but I'll see how I feel. And the reason I want to go to Settle, I've been chatting, well, not chatting, I've been commenting on Mike Harding, that comedian from the 80s and 90s and the 70s. Thank you. Stay to this road. fill up time. I'm watching that video because someone commented about me helping out that old chap on the scooter. I watched the video again and they actually sell gear oil here. That sticky gooey oil that Ian recommended I put on my chain. Although he said get it off the internet, but it's a bit of a pain ordering stuff on the internet if I'm not in. That's a faff around with parcels. If that's no entry, oh. Unleaded diesel, floor gas. Floor gas. I have to put floor gas in, see what happens. Go for a bike ride and cook your Christmas turkey at the same time. It's got £50 now. Got paid on what was it? 31st. Got paid on Thursday. You know, you sold gear oil, it's right thick gooey oil, and someone said it's ideal for change, and then someone else said no, it splatters, so I got some spray wax instead. Alright, we can't recommend anything better then. Right, so dark clothing, look at that. A hoodie, has it got something protective underneath? I think I'll put my cob lights on. So I have to decide now, should I go to settle? Will the camera run out before I get there? I think I'll knock the camera off here, even though I can edit. This is another reason I've decided to video today, because I've discovered Power Director online, and I've got Power Director for doing my videos, but they do a normal editing thing as well. But you know how much it is? $79.99. My bloody Sony Vegas running $19.99. Although I can't use that, it's too complicated. But this, that's what I was saying about Power Director. Very, very simple to use. It's editing for dafties. So this is going to be a test video for that. I'll knock it off anyway, just in case I arse it up. So as I was saying earlier, nice warm day, not had the bike out for 2 weeks. It's forecast possible showers, but we'll see. I wanted to go to Settle, but a mate of mine, Paul Taylor, went to Malham Cove in summer, and I've never been. I said, no, where the hell's Malham? Well, we went from the Skipton, A59. I said, oh yeah. And it looked very interesting, but plates, blue Bentley. It's Mike Harding, MK1. The January man, diddle-dee, and boots of leather. Diddle-diddle-dee. Uncle George McBall, keep your wall aglow. Give one to your granny and watch your bugger go. Diddle-diddle-dee, diddle-diddle-dee, will. Diddle-dee-diddle-dee-diddle-dee-dee. Oh, Uncle George McBall, keep your wall aglow. Give one to your granny and watch your bugger go. He did a nice touching one about the Accrington, well, he's done hundreds of songs, but about the Accrington Pals. Did you feel the same way as me? I wondered. It was just a ploy by the upper classes. I say this is an ideal opportunity to exterminate a couple of 100,000 of those troublesome strikers up north, the dockers and the weavers and such like. Yes, you're right, Colonel. What shall we do? Well, march them over the top of the trench towards your enemy machine guns, and that's it, problem sorted. I say, good idea, Jeeves. And yet online people have said they fought for our freedom. Well, I'm afraid that was World War II. That was a thoroughly valid war, wasn't it? Getting such a old mad elf. But the First World War was just a load of bollocks. Somewhere but got shot in the old Yugoslavia, Archduke Ferdinand. And then Prussians stuck up and the Germans stuck up for one side and someone else stuck up for the other, French. Germany declared war on France. So we stuck our nose in as usual, although if we did invade France, I suppose it was the right thing to do. But, oh. I thought you might start working after a jolt. You might just need a new electronic sensor lead. I'm not even sure if it is a bloody sensor. I can't remember ever tracing it back to the engine rather than the front wheel. See these twisty lanes, can you see how an accident might have happened? It said just outside Settle. So like I said, if a bike, well, you know, this old woman, like I said, got arrested age 81, so she's been weaving round and lost it in her car and collided with a biker. One was age 61 who died, and the other accident, he was age 45 from Liverpool. So someone from Liverpool on this. He must have said, okay, Bill Lonsdale's a good ride, and we'll go through Settle, through Burnley, all the way from Liverpool to come here. Probably maybe they're heading up for the Lake District and Wallop. Like I've always said, you don't know when your number's up, do you? I think I'll inquire about a new lead anyway. If I'm due all that money, what's the point of scrimping? Ah, Settle, here we are. So, it's a dog turd hunt. I want to see what Mike's trodden in, or have they cleaned it up. In the olden days, your mum said, oh, you just got a bucket of hot water, put a load of washing up liquid in, got the stiff backyard brush and scrub. So people don't bother clearing it up. I said, no, they don't, you're right. People's payments are covered in it. And like I said, there's a blind girl where I live, and some arsehole keeps letting her dog shit near her house. I wonder if it's on purpose, having a laugh. Yeah, she treads in it, she'll tread it into her house and think it's her dog that smells. She'll think it's her dog that shits. So that's it, if you do have doggy doings on your front. Nowadays they've got power washers, haven't they? Although that might spray all over, get into the bloody atmosphere, then you'll be breathing it in. So just a bucket of hot water. If you have a long exhaust, if you have a long hose pipe, just blast it into the gutter and down a drain. Don't leave it, because some bugger will tread in it, and if it's a little kid, there's a danger of having that disease in dog shit, isn't there? I forgot what it's called. You can blind people, little worms. Like them little African kids, you get worms and they go through your bloody eyeball and you're blind. Talking about eyeballs, I went for an eye test on Friday because I can't see a thing in these old glasses. Well, I can manage fine, but you're testing my eyes, and say, oh yes, you need new lenses in, read this, read that lettering. Oh, I said, I can't read that. Well, that's what your current glasses prescription is. I said, oh well. So look at this here. You can see how Malham Cove was formed with all this limestone crags, can't you? That FI light hasn't come back on, I'm pleased to say. Oh yeah, opticians, you know how much new lenses would be? Even though there's an ad on telly saying complete glasses from £6. 150 quid. Yep, crazy. So I'm not paying that. I'll ask for a prescription, I think, and see about getting some cheaper ones. I do like these frames though. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. As did I, what Tony used to have, 1400. So this is what I said to Mike. I don't want to tell him what to do, just a suggestion. He could use the camera, stroll around and say, ah, this is where I live, isn't it lovely? This dates from 1650 or whatever. That funny little archway. I don't think it's that old, is it? Maybe 1700s. Still have pain in my hips from that bike crash 6 years ago. Should have got more money. I always like them TDM 900. Let's have a look at the speedo cable. Yeah, there's only brakes, isn't there? So it goes to the bloody engine somewhere. Not something I'm going to mess with. I could check fair enough. It's only just happened. Check fair enough and have a look behind the clocks. Oh, dog shit. There's a newsagent down here, I wonder if that's where it was. And there's some kind of antique shop as well. I think. Oh no, Age UK, that's it. Well, it's sort of an antique shop. Get some good stuff from second-hand shops. A lot of my ornaments are from local second-hand places. Oh, I can't see any doggy doings. And I'd have washed it away, or this wasn't the one. Clothing for fell runners, fell walkers. So where are you treading it, Mike? Nice old building, isn't it? But like I said, they often don't have date stones on. Sign there for Malum. Ice and Gargrave by Knowleswick 20 mile. Is there a sign missing off there? Yes, the thing in my local paper, the thieving arseholes at the moment going round. The actual police have got a photo of someone, these two arseholes with a pair of ladders, and he's holding an old cast iron sign in his hand. And they're going up and pinching the old cast iron Victorian road signs of all things because of cast iron. But people these days, if you went up to them and give them a punch in the mouth, you're probably likely to get arrested. So that's why they don't get involved, although someone has, like I said, provided a photograph of them caught in the act. But why don't police catch them? Yeah, mate, what about this? Is this a dog shit man? No, police are gonna get him. Yeah, Mike, it might have been two lots of dog shit. Must be a local. Royal Oak, I went in there once just to go for a pee, although I bought a bottle of fruit juice while I was in. I don't like going in places and not buying anything. They usually say, don't they, toilets for customers only. Is there more to this town? Is that it? Is it just a one street with a bit here and there? I wanted to check out that pub, the Golden Lion, so I'll have a look in there. Maybe they make cups of tea. Just to see what it's like as a music venue. It looks fairly big. Only date stone is on the Yulnaki Man, 1663, is it? Yep. Why is he wearing cast iron underpants, or is it a stone carving? I suppose I could do a bit of research and find out how old that building is. Singing Kettle, yeah, I've been in there for a meal once. One summer. Oh, the proper old alleyways, aren't they? Friends meeting house. Poppy's tea room. Doggy friendly. We're not doggy friendly. Kirkgate. Settle area swimming pool. What the hell's that mean? So that's a music venue. Vacancy, so it's accommodation as well, eh? Oh, the courtyard. See, Clitheroe's like this, they have all these coaching inns with yards and arches and stuff. Like that's nice, isn't it? It's a proper oldie worldy stuff I like. And like I keep saying, date-wise, probably early 1700s I'm guessing. Look at them stone roofs again. Instead of slates, it was stone. At the old roof level. Should do Albert. You probably think it's strange walking around with an helmet on. And somebody said that. I said, no, you can take this camera off in 2 seconds. It's just a little clicking bracket. And I can clip a tire clip microphone into my shirt and film that way. If I want. I don't know if you've done it. Little push bikes. See, a spoiled dog lives here. So, all them clues and her there, look. Might have been her. Seating and dining. I'll knock it off for you. I'll see if you do brews in the pub. So there we are, settle. Stop here for a break, then go up to Kirby Lonsdale. And go a wing. And from Kirby Lonsdale, I used to have a butty and another brew, and then go across to Lancaster, then to Morecambe. Have a proper meal sometimes, or maybe another brew. Let's have another cup of tea, and then we went home. And then back over the Trough of Bowland. And back to Clitheroe. Very nice run, about 120 miles altogether. So not too bad. Right, bye for now. Golden Lion. Bye. Well, I've just been in the Golden Lion for a cup of coffee and a slice of chocolate cake. And the landlord said that he said something about he does the traffic reports and there's an incident down on the main road, a bloody crash, whether it involves a bike or not, I don't know. He said the road's closed. I thought, oh dear. Is there an alternate road back, I wonder? Oh, that fuel injection light hasn't lit up. I'm going to say I've just been in that pub for a brew and landlord says, I said, yeah, I'm on my bike. Said there's been a crash down at the bridge on A65. He said the road's closed.
Really?
I thought, is there a way back? I'm going to go and have a look and see if road still is closed, but might have to get an alternative route. I don't know where else to get back to A59. Unless I go on there's a back road somewhere through Giggleswick. That might be an option.
Go under the bridge.
Right.
And then it goes, comes out at
Surely. It's
takes to a petrol station on the A59 near Gisborne.
all right, yeah. Oh well. Well, there were two bikers killed about 3 weeks ago, and he says, oh, they ride like me. I said, I know they do, but I'm a sensible one. It don't matter. You can still get caught up in a collision. I said, oh well, it might not be a bike. I'm going to go and see now, see what the situation is.
That was just now, was it?
Yeah, landlord just said about, he said he's the local traffic reporter on something or other. I forgot what he said. And someone just telephoned him to tell him. I'll go and have a look anyway. Is that an aftermarket rear light? Unusual. But a girl on a big bike like that should swap with me. So the Golden Lion, every other Thursday is folk and Tuesdays is jazz. Ooh, I don't like jazz. I was trying to think, is there an alternative route? I think there's a back road to Slaven if they have closed a bloody road, but they do that. That's what Jeremy Clarkson was saying. They close roads unnecessarily. Why not just cart them off to hospital? But they do all that investigating and putting bloody tape down and measuring things. I'm not sure if there's any alternate roads. Time, bloody hell. I should have just gone for a tootle round town rather than coming here, but should be home for 5, assuming that it is a clear road ahead. Right, this is the junction. Near the bridge. That's the bridge. This is another bridge. No sign of anything here, is there? Skipton, 14 mile. Like I said, I've left radio on loud for the cats and MTV. Or was it Magic? It was easy listening, not the bloody no rap music. I actually put Doctor Who on, but they started shooting at Daleks, so I didn't want the cats to be frightened by that. And I've got them a catnip toy from Aldi, another one. Bloody fireworks. That policeman were right, they should be bloody banned. Silly buggers these days aren't sensible enough to use fireworks sensibly, they'll just throw them around and terrify people. I thought they were banning the banging ones, the really loud bangs, but apparently not. Ooh, I should have cleaned my visor. That chap in the pub was just talking about all the accidents, and I said, well, I wear high vis. Oh, it doesn't matter. I said, well, it does, because and I was saying about an old lady, said no, she was actually exonerated, police arrested her, and when she explained what happened, the biker was overtaking as she was turning and wallop. That's quite common, isn't it? Bikes don't see the indicator flashing and overtake, and they turn without seeing the bike in the mirror and wallop. Quite a common scenario. I was thinking about that speedometer. I could check my manual and see how it's wired up. It'll be on there, won't it? An exploded diagram. See if it says anything about potential fixes. That's a woman. Is that her on the BMW? I think they're all friends and they're trying to stay together. We want to be together. Can't overtake, double white lines. Nutty, nutty, nutty. I think the only reason all bikes are out, oh hello, is this where the crash is because it's so mild. It's unbelievably mild for November 4th. It's either congested or this is where the crash is. Does he know his zip's undone on his little pack? No, I won't join that group. We're turning off shortly anyway. Loads of bikes behind. I think it's just congestion. He said under a bridge, that landlord. Oh, it is that group. They're all setting off together from Settle. Actually, this camera's battery's going to ping out shortly. Oh, that's him I was talking to. So if it pings out, that's the end of today's recording. I've not brought a spare battery. I actually bought a spare battery from eBay, £7 from Germany, with free post. A compatible one, not a genuine sort of similar brand or same brand. They did sell them, but they're a lot more expensive. No sign of any crash. I think he's got some duff information. Unless it was up the road towards Kirby Lonsdale. Where this lot are heading to, they're going back to Gisborne. Yeah, that's a little road to Sladeburn. He's going to be there a while. Yeah, they're all going my way. Can you see how only one rider stands out, this girl with the high vis on? The rest are virtually invisible. He should have his headlights on. Patch of gravel, marvellous. Oh. Well, how's it filming in these low light conditions? I didn't adjust it for auto exposure. Maybe I should put it to a winter setting. Knock it down a step. Oh, that chap mustn't be with this group then. You'll think I'm mad after I said, landlord said the road's closed and there's nothing. You might think that lad on blue bike talking bollocks. I'm glad it's not rained. So tonight, going to bed early because I'm working earlys. Check my manual and see what exactly the speedometer is composed of. And like I said, because it's not clocking miles up either, it won't be a mechanical fault in the clock, hopefully. I might just want WD-40. I could leave it till next weekend, take the fairing off, have a quick look at the connection, squirt it, see if it springs back into life. If not, then order a cable. Be interesting to see where it plugs in. If it picks it up from the bloody engine or gearbox. You're going past them cars. Well, that woman isn't, because she'll end up on the bend. Don't be in any rush to keep up with your mates. Especially on this section with the bloody mud on.